All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to episode 3. Don't really have that much of an eventful day. I've got some videos I need to edit. I've got some errands I need to run, so I figured I'd take you guys along with me and try to shoot some stuff along the way. I think I'm going to bring this. This is the funny thing about working with GoPros is that there's all this shit you need to bring with you if you want to use it, which kind of negates the whole point of using the GoPro in the first place. Check out the light. So in my never-ending battle between minimalism and functionality, I'm just going to keep trying things out and seeing what works and what doesn't, and carrying on from there. But anyway, let's get on with our day, shall we? Alright, which mug? Which mug do I want to use? Oh, I know. You know, I've been gifted these things a couple times, and it never gets old. I love this mug. I love everything about it. Mostly that it reminds me of the people who have gotten them for me. I've actually even given these as gift to other photographers I know. Yeah, little Canon lens coffee mug thing. Oh man. Filmmaking. So easy, a caveman can do it. What are you doing? You excited? You're gonna go to school today? You're gonna go play? Huh? Here, give me a hug. Oh yeah, that's a good girl. Valkyrie, why are you huddled up in the corner like some sort of refugee? You want to go play? Huh? You want to go play? All right. What are you doing? You excited? You excited about going to school? All right. Safety first. So, as I take her to daycare, in case you're curious, we got some folks coming to the house to finish up a flooring job in our kitchen. So I am taking her to daycare so that she can play with other dogs and have a great day, and most importantly, not annoy the kind people who are doing the great work on the floors in our kitchen. Let's get back on track, Abe. What would I like to do in 2022? And I'm going to split this up in two ways. It's going to be both professional goals, like for the business, and personal goals for my person. I know you guys probably can't tell this from the video I'm doing here, but it is super cold. Oh, hey, there's a Manny Lock Bricks. It is super cold here in beautiful Alexandria, Virginia, and woo, spinning tires. These are the things you get excited about when you're in your 40s. Let's start with the professional goals for 2022. The first goal I have, photographically or cinematographically. Say that 5 times fast. That. On the photographic side of things, I want to get much better at editing and learning the, I'll call them like second and third order tools in Lightroom. Things like the calibrator, things like split toning, and things like, and whatever else I happen to discover when I go down that rabbit hole. But I want to get much better at photo editing. The second thing I'd like to focus on the photographic side this year is manual focus and shooting with manual focus. And I've got a couple lenses that force me to do that. I've got that Helios 44M that you've heard me blab on about in episode 1 and episode 2. Up another vintage lens. It's a Canon FD mount 28mm 2.8. I haven't had too much time to experiment with it. Let's go, dude. It's a growth area that I noticed. I had to shoot manual focus for a couple of the shots just because on that wedding I was in Mexico, because the autofocus kept on locking on to the bride's face, specifically that shot of her flicking you off with her ring finger. I had to switch to manual focus, and that took me a lot longer to grab focus than I would have liked. Priority number 3, photographically for me this year, is I want to get out and do more. Adventure-y type things. I want to take photographs purely for the sake of taking photographs and because I enjoy them. I felt like 2021 was a very busy year, and I'm very fortunate for it, but I didn't really have a lot of time to taking photographs for the pure pleasure of it. I want to do astrophotography. I want to do a lot more street photography. Photography. Good one, Abe. Photography. Anyway, a couple years ago, you can see this on my Instagram that I'll put a little animated who's or what's it's down at the bottom. But a couple years ago, a friend of mine talked me into doing this 365-day challenge where you post of you're supposed to have taken a photo, edit it, and post it every day. I cheated. I would take a bunch of photos, edit them, and then just post them as the days went on. And I learned a lot about my photography in that year, so maybe I'll do something like that again. I don't know about 365, though. Maybe like a 30, 60, or 90. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Oh, you like that? Those are subliminal YouTube tricks to push engagement. Ooh. Oh, and the last thing, my last goal photographically in 2022 is that I want to teach photography to people. Part of that is, obviously I enjoy photography quite a bit. I do it for a living. But the other thing is I firmly believe that he who teaches is himself twice taught. And so in teaching people about photography, I will in turn learn that much more. So stand by for news about those classes coming to the DMV area. I'm probably going to wait till it warms up a bit, though. I don't know if people want to be standing outside taking photos in, in 28 degree weather. I certainly wouldn't. Let's talk about, on the business side, let's talk about my video work, filmmaking. I guess the proper term is cinematographic work. I'm just going to shorten that to cinematic work. Cinematographic. So when it comes to filmmaking this year, somebody lost their damn luggage on the highway. Ugh, hope there's not a body in it. So when it comes to cinematography, or filmmaking rather, there's a whole slew of things. So these are not in priority order. This is me blabbering. Audio. I want to get much better at audio, both capturing it while I'm shooting, editing it in post, and sound design in post. I feel like my favorite filmmakers, either on the big screen or on YouTube, I think part of their X factor is they're really good at audio. Their audio is so good that you're not distracted by their audio. So that's a goal with me, is audio. Second, color grading. I've shot a few things in S-Log 2 with when I still had my A7 III. I've done it a little bit with my FX3, but I really want to hone my skills this year, both exposing it properly, which is a little wonky, to say the least, and color correcting and color grading it in post. So that's goal number 2. Goal number 3 is I want to shoot at least 3 documentaries this year. My ultimate goal as a filmmaker is to become a documentarian. I love telling stories. I love telling other people's stories. I believe everyone has a story to tell. I believe that there is tons of inspiration out there in the world, and I want to find those stories and share them. I want my documentaries to be inspiration by extraordinary everyday people, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to do a documentary on, I don't know, pick somebody famous. I don't know too many famous people. Like, I don't want to do a Katy Perry documentary. I don't want to do a documentary about somebody that people know already. I want to do documentaries featuring people or groups of people that are normal, regular, everyday people that have extraordinary stories. And I firmly believe that everyone, even you, has something extraordinary to share with the world. And I want to help do that through the magic of film. Ooh. So in that same vein, I got into storyboarding last year, and I bring up storyboarding to set up my third priority for the year, cinematically, filmmaking wise, and that is the logistics of planning for shoots. I had something kind of embarrassing happen to me on a shoot Monday. I showed up to a shoot, had all this fancy gear, and I forgot the Manfrotto plate for my tripod at home. Not only did I forget the Manfrotto plate, I forgot the backup plate that usually sits in my Pelican case, so I was double screwed. Thankfully, my friend and I guess collaborator, Christian, lived very close to where the shoot was, and he had what I needed, so he ran home real quick and saved my ass. So thank you very much, Christian. We are pulling up at doggy daycare. Valkyrie knows exactly where she is, don't you, girl? So I'm gonna wait for that line to die down a bit so we can chit chat some more. Where was I? Oh yeah, the logistics of planning. I want to build checklists. For each part of the shoot and develop the habit of running down those checklists to make sure that I don't forget something like a Manfrotto plate for my tripod prior to a shoot. I really want to get into storyboarding. I've got an idea for a mockumentary that I'm working on right now, completely self-funded, but I've got a bunch of people who are on board who are willing to work for free, which is excellent, and I'm going to use that project as a I shouldn't say use, that sounds so cheesy, doesn't it? I'm going to leverage that project to flesh out some of these processes, so stay tuned for updates on that. You know, the more I hang out here, the more this line grows, so I think I'm just going to go inside. Here we go. So sometimes she gets along with dogs, but when I'm here or when my wife is around us, she gets kind of protective. Ain't that right, pretty girl? Whoops. These things are filthy. Sorry, Court. I know I'm not supposed to clean my glasses with my hoodie, but you have to use what you have at your disposal, I suppose. Hot breath. I don't know if that made this any better, actually. You know, this has got to be one of the most poorly engineered parking lots in the history of parking lots. Aside from almost every Walmart, this parking lot here at Whole Dogs, which is a great place for your dogs, but the parking lot leaves a little to be desired. All right, so where were we? I think we were talking about my goals, my filmmaking goals for the year. And I was talking about storyboarding and planning and logistics and all that. I want to get much better. I keep looking at the microphone because the camera's upside down. Hey, how's it going? This isn't awkward, is it? Yo, what the f are you doing, man? Maryland plates, of course. So another goal I have for me as a filmmaker, I want to start getting into shooting interviews with 2 cameras, an A camera and a B camera. I want to incorporate more movement into my shots. I've got an automated slider to help me in that regard. So I'll probably vlog about that too while I figure out how to use it. And lastly, you know, when it comes to vlogs, I think that doing vlogs as a creative professional is very good because it forces you to do all the things you would do for somebody else, but you're doing it for yourself, and you have the added pressure of not wanting to look like a schmuck while you do it. As awkward as filming myself is, I'm not going to say that I enjoy being filmed, but I definitely enjoy the product on the tail end. So you'll be seeing more of these. And if there's anything you're particularly interested in, please let me know down in the comments. For the vlog, I want to focus on making good content. And I firmly believe that if I focus on content and not growing a following, that the viewers or the audience will come if the content is good and informative. I think the challenge when it comes to vlogs is figuring out exactly what I want to do with them. For these first few, you're gonna get kind of a potpourri of stuff. Why didn't I bring sunglasses? Very Deep Thoughts by Abe Musavi. And for the business, seeing how this will be the beginning of my first tax year as being completely self-employed, there is lots of administrivia that I need to get better at, business-wise, not on the customer-facing side of things, but on the business side of things. So I'm going to refine that. Now, on the personal side, I know it sounds trite considering it's January, but I saw a couple photos of myself down in Mexico. Let's just say I wasn't very pleased with how they looked or how I looked in them. This year, I'm going to focus on lifting weights, getting strong again, training more jiu-jitsu, and really focusing on my physical health. So there's the vanity reason of like I just didn't like the way I looked, but there's also the legitimate health reason of like, hey bro, you're self-employed. You don't have that sweet government insurance that you had before. Here's a little tidbit that's interesting. So right here at this hotel, and I believe that is the gentleman who owns the hotel, maybe not, but we had a serial killer here in Fairfax County that was staying at this very hotel. So, it's horrible that those young women died, and I'm not trying to make light of it, not by any means, but it is interesting to think that all that happened at a place, in the town that I live in, and frankly, a motel that I've passed hundreds, if not thousands of times going up and down the one. Either way, I heard on the news recently that the poor guy who owns it is actually going to have to shut down because business is tanked because nobody wants to stay in a hotel that a serial killer stayed in for some reason. If you're in the market to buy a hotel, the Moon Inn Hotel on Route 1 in Alexandria is up for sale here very soon. Though, this real estate's worth so much, he'll probably make a mint when he sells it, and some developer will come in and probably put a high-rise there, or a Panera, or some other bullshit. That stinks. I feel bad for the guy. Not so fast, Mr. BMW. All right, some of you may be wondering why I'm sitting out here in freezing cold weather. God damn it, this was a stupid idea. Woo! And hopefully what you don't hear is the breeze that's ripping through right now. Can you hear the wind? Can you hear the wind? Because I'm feeling it, and it sucks a lot. And I wanted to take this opportunity to test out the dead cat that came with my Sennheiser MKE 200 there. So hopefully you don't hear anything. I want to take time to thank the folks who watched episodes 1 and 2 of this vlog. They were really long, they're about half an hour. I wanted this one to be short and sweet. There's some other cool stuff happening this week that I'll probably vlog about. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and smash that like button and that subscribe button. Hit the bell, ringer-dinger thingy, so that you know when these things come out. And I'm going to close with this. In the words of the great Bill S. Preston, Esquire, and Ted Theodore Logan, be excellent to each other. I'm Abe Musavi. Have cameras, we'll travel.